Our next guest knows how quickly life can turn. Alex Gardella was a Sunday school teacher and a mother of three, living a quiet life in Manhattan until a C-section in 2020 set off a chain of events that nearly took her life. Complications from the surgery led to a second emergency operation and a prescription for strong painkillers that she says slowly hooked her. Within months, Alex was spending more than $1,000 a week on pills delivered to her door, tucked inside of magazines by her dealer. It all came to a head when she overdosed on a dose laced with fentanyl. She woke up in an emergency room. Now, today, Alex is in recovery. She is sharing her story with the world, not just about how addiction can spiral out of control, but the fight to return to herself. And we are joined now by Alex Gardella. Alex, thank you so much for sharing this and help us understand more about this. This routine prescription post C-section led to a very serious opioid addiction, and it seems like it happened almost overnight.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me. It's so nice to be on here to chat about this. I did have a prescription, which led ultimately to an addiction. I think it was COVID. I was stuck at home with 2 3-year-olds and a newborn, and I was just overwhelmed. And I think looking back on it, it makes sense that I would reach for something to kind of help heal some of my depression and anxiety, because I was in charge of 3 really little people and I needed some relief and I needed it fast. But when the prescription ran out, that was when the trouble really hit.
Yeah, tell me more about that, because prescriptions are obviously supposed to last for a certain amount of time. What happened when that prescription ran out? Did you just know in your body that you needed more of it?
Yes, I knew that that wasn't the end for me. So I sought my own supply on the street through Craigslist, and I, was able to get my hands on what I thought were, my typical Percocets and Oxycontins. But unfortunately, one of the batches that I did purchase was laced with fentanyl, and I am a fentanyl overdose survivor at this point. So that overdose did really provide the urgency I think that I needed to seek the necessary channels for help.
Yeah, and tell me, how were you able to keep this a secret from your husband, your children, your friends, and your family through all of this? And how was your addiction ultimately outed? Was it that moment in the emergency room after the overdose?
Yes, I mean, that definitely was a very clear and present, obvious sign to my husband that I had a problem. But, most addicts, I think they think that they're hiding it really well from their loved ones. And then you learn in recovery, if you're so lucky to be in recovery, that they all sort of knew all along that something was off, something wasn't right. But I think my family and friends and my husband attributed it to just me being postpartum and just being overwhelmed maybe, and just, a little bit just off that, in that way. And I had a traumatic birth with my third. So I think everybody was sort of giving me a chance to just come back to who I really was. But unfortunately, the addiction had already taken hold, and I really needed a significant amount of help. So by the time anybody was able to intervene, I needed something equally as strong as the fentanyl or the Percocets or the Oxys to get me off of it. So I was lucky. I was lucky in that regard.
What was going through your mind as you are searching Craigslist, as you are getting drug deals delivered to your door, hidden inside of magazines, as you are hiding this from your family? And I think all of us have this idea of what a drug addict looks like. And we look at these photos of you, picture perfect, with this beautiful family, your wedding photos. What is going through your mind? Could you believe what was happening, or were you in total denial through this experience?
Total denial. I thought, well, this is an interesting, I thought this has nothing to do with anybody else. This is just my own thing. It doesn't hurt anybody. I'm not bothering anybody. I had a nanny taking care of my kids. My husband was at work. I just sort of thought that this is just how I'm getting through the day. And, I'm not hurting anybody. In reality, now I can look back with so much clarity and realize I was hurting everybody, but mostly myself.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. We're almost out of time, and I really want to make sure we get this in here. What is your message to anyone out there, especially mothers who may be struggling with drug addiction, and what did recovery look like for you?
For me, recovery entailed medication. So I'm on a medicine called Vivitrol, and I truly feel like I'm sitting on the cure for opiate-related addictions and or alcohol, if that is your drug of choice. I think it's very normal to not enjoy having little kids, feeling overwhelmed by it. I think you need community. You cannot isolate, and help is available. And so for me, Vivitrol really made my recovery so easy because it totally reduced the cravings, and it just made me feel like I could focus on my recovery and not feel so uncomfortable and not feel that pull to get more, to get immediate relief from my drug of choice. I was able to actually focus on recovery. It was
Alex,
really important.
I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight. And it takes a lot of
Thank
bravery
you.
to come on national television and just to say, this is my mess. This is what I went through. But
Exactly.
I know you're helping a lot of people. Alex Gardella, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.